also did reiterate the point. Mr. Speaker, it's about this matter that the Majority Leader and the Leader of the House has been impressed upon to bring to the House quickly for some sort of discussion to take place. And it's a question of the building of a new chamber of parliament. Mr. Speaker, number one, some of us don't even know if it is a stated policy that parliament is going to be built. And indeed, who is taking the initiative? Is it parliament really? Parliament chamber or building, Mr. Speaker, is not for members of parliament. It is one of the significant symbols or maybe the building blocks of democracy. You won't have democracy without parliament. And Mr. Speaker, I'm sure the President will take me on this. Parliament won't sit under trees. So, Mr. Speaker, this whole matter, I think, should be brought to the fore. Let it be debated, and then ultimately a decision one way or the other will be made.
We don't need any debate in the House. We don't need any discussion on this. Drop that chamber. Drop that chamber. Drop that chamber. Drop that chamber. Drop that chamber.
Now, other members, let's continue. That confirms exactly.
This is a fake democracy, and we are not afraid to say it. Young people of this country, rise up. Young people of this country, this is your nation, rise up. Our leaders are fooling, tell them. We are not afraid of anybody. You can kick me, beat me, kill me, but you will not stop me from speaking. I will say what has to be heard. I will speak truth to power. Nobody will restrain me from speaking truth to power. I will say what I have to say. Drop that chamber. Drop that chamber. If there are no men in this country, I will stand up and say it. Drop that chamber. Drop that chamber.
We are fighting for. They are handling me right now. The police officer is deliberately stepping on my shoes and kicking me in the back right now. So it is deliberate.
Are you hurt as a result?
Collins.
Are you hurt as a result?
Of course, they are hurting me. Look at the chains carved around. Exactly. They are deliberately hurting me. They are. They are simply stopping me from telling the truth. If there are no men and women of courage in this country, we in the Economic Fighters League, and I, as a leader, Economic Fighters League, and also Eboa, we shall tell them in the face that drop that chamber.
Every Hello, YouTube and Facebook. My name is Pepra. I'm from Ghana. You are welcome to my channel. Ghana Bar Radio is an online radio located in Omaha, Nebraska. We play good music, and we talk about issues, social issues. So you are welcome, and I hope that you will subscribe and you will leave a comment and also share the video with others so that they can get to know about this program. Now the program today is I'm talking about corruption in Ghana, which has become a moral epidemic. I use the word moral epidemic because the corruption has gone over the top. It has been normalized, the system, and those that are trying to expose it normally target it. I hope you watch that video. It is the Ghanaian youth rising against this corruption, and I'm happy about it. The only sad situation is how this guy was handled in the Ghanaian parliament, because the freedom of speech and expression is a byproduct of democracy. I am so happy that they didn't hold him in the with the police for more than the 24 hours. So first of all, like I said again, this corruption has become a moral epidemic, and I would say kudos to Ernesto Yeboah. You've done a good job. If we have millions of Ghanaians like you, I think that this corruption will be reduced, will be rid of. And good job also to A plus. A plus is also building these pressure groups also to counter, these corruption. And I'll say good job also to Avram Ben Moshe, trying to help the people to be free thinkers, to liberate them from this religious enslavement, that has kept them bound. So we're going somewhere. I'm so happy we have all these people, the youth that are doing this good job. Now I kind of have observed, that these corruption, actually, the group of people that are involved, I categorize them, and number one is our politicians, these leaders that are elected by the people to serve us. They make all sort of promises, and that once they come to power, then they decide that the easiest way is to, help themselves, instead of honoring their promises. And it's quite disappointing with the Nana Akufo-Addo administration, for instance. Now, they promised they were gonna, build a factory and a dam in each and every one of those districts, but quite unfortunate, it's not something that is happening. And the people have experienced some economic hardship, over the period of his administration. We don't know if he wants to be re-elected, because then we don't know what he's gonna tell the people this time. So it has to do with our political leaders are corrupt. When they come to serve, they are giving their worth of service, but it looks like they think that that's not enough, and then they find a way to take what does not belong to them. And this has happened with the NDC, has happened with the NPP. So these two parties have no vision for the country. So it's left with the youth to fight, and to make sure we have the right people elected, to serve, to do the right thing, So number two, I also look at the clergy, the pastors, the preachers, the prophets. They are supposed to be a representation of God, to speak the truth, to hold the politicians feet to fire. But I think they have teamed up with the politicians, to get their fame, money, and power. So they also have become corrupt and robbing the people at the same time. Number three, we have the chiefs. The chiefs are our custodians of our tradition, and they have also been corrupted because we recently heard about the mining that was going on in some of these rural areas. We have the Chinese that came to mine, and this wouldn't have been possible with the chiefs, playing a part. They left with huge pits all over the place, with the water contaminated with mercury, and it seems that these chiefs, they are not bothered that these things are going to hurt their communities, and so this is how they've been involved in the corruption. And then we also have the media. The media are supposed to be neutral, and hold the politicians' feet to fire. They're supposed to expose this corruption and be on behalf of the people. But quite unfortunate, in Ghana now we have the media that is affiliated with these political parties, and the political parties that they sympathize with, and they've also been corrupted. And then we also have the Ghanaians, the ones that are benefiting from this rot. And if you intend to speak against this thing, they come against you. They are on social media. Some of them are paid to do that, and so they attack you, and instead of being positive. So it is an attitude. It is an attitude, a bad attitude that these people have to do this false propaganda, on behalf of these corrupt leaders. So in the coming days, I will be treating this corruption as a whole topic. I was looking at a document by the Transparency International and how they describe the corruption in Ghana. So this is just a part one. I'll come with the other parts, and I hope you do enjoy it. Thank you very much, and don't forget again to share the video, to subscribe, because I'll be putting more programs, on there for you. And thank you very much. You have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching.